What's going on, everybody? My name is Real Nixio.
It's a barber beard at 7, man.
And today we're here to do not necessarily a review, it's a theories and just a discussion about the new Blade Runner 2049.
Usually we don't do a lot of these because some of the movies just don't deserve it, but this movie deserves a theory and talk about it a little bit more.
We try to put everything into one video,
yeah.
but
it's too much. It was just so good. It was too good.
Now, we already discussed what this movie was and how it was and how it relates to the first one. So we're just going to go over a couple of our theories and what we got out of the movie and just have a discussion here about the movie.
Right.
So what's one big thing you want to bring up? I know you have a lot to talk about with this one.
Now,
you love this so much. Get on camera.
Now this is spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Okay, in the second,
Forgot about that.
in the second movie, if you watch the first movie, you see Rachel and Deckard. They go and they have they have a baby. And in the second movie, you meet the main character, K, the Black Detective K, which is played by Ryan Gosling.
I don't want to correct you, but they don't have a baby in the first movie. They run away together in the first movie. They have a baby in between the 30 between
well, you know what I mean. I mean, I'm throughout the. I'm just saying, pretending wise, if it was real life, throughout the years, they whatever, they were together, they have a baby, whatever.
Sure.
And, well, that's what I mean by that. Okay, in the first place, they don't have a baby, but I'm just saying, they're together. You find out they're. In the second movie, you find out they have a baby. You know what I mean. Anyway, he's just trying to be more detailed about it. But anyway, yeah. So in the second movie, you meet the main character. And which is a detective,
K, Officer K, played by Ryan Gosling.
Officer K, played by Ryan Gosling, and you find out that he is the child of the first Blade Runner, Rick. No. Which he feels like, which is his theory. He feels like he is he's actually a actual replicant because they actually Rachel and Deckard actually have a son and daughter. They have twins.
Now, when they brought that part up in the movie, when he was analyzing the DNA, he's like, "Oh wait, she had twins." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Apparently, at that point, I already walked out and I was using the bathroom.
Yeah. Well,
so I missed that 2-minute section there where they're talking about that.
Yeah. He thinks that the daughter, because the daughter's actually in hiding. The daughter's spoiler alert. You don't know she's the actual daughter yet throughout the movie, but
you eventually learn at the end.
Yeah. But at the very end, you find out that Deckard. He goes see his daughter,
who's played by Carla Juri. Her name is Dr. Anna Stelline.
Yeah, she's the one that actually puts memories in the replicants.
She's a dream artist. She makes the dreams, makes them perfect. Then she puts them in replicants. So because replicants are born as adults.
Right.
So in order to help them cope and actually have good memories to fall back on, just believe they're real as possible, they have fake memories implanted into their minds of them growing up, even though they never actually grew up. They were born adults.
And that's pretty much her job. But he thinks that Detective K is actually a replicant and that she put the memories in there to make him feel like that's her, whatever.
No.
What's your theory again?
She altered her memories.
Yeah, okay.
What she had before she was put in her bubble and hiding. She put her memories, altered them slightly so it was a boy instead of a girl, put inside of him so it's his memories.
Yeah.
As a clue, so they eventually find her or find a way out, or just because she said that an artist always puts a little bit of themselves into their work.
I like their theory. It's a great theory, but you're wrong.
It's wrong?
I feel like that's his actual son. I think that's his actual
son. Who's the girl
son.
then?
That's his daughter. They had two babies.
One died during childbirth, according to the documents.
So hold on. Now, in part of the movie, you see what's the girl? Mariette or whatever, she was like I wouldn't call her a slut. Like she was like one of those.
She's a prostitute.
She's
a replicant that works in I call it a whorehouse.
It's a whorehouse.
Woman of the night house. I don't want to say that word on YouTube. Demonetized. I'm demonetized anyway. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, man. But pretty much, you know what I'm saying. I feel like because in the movie. You meet this one girl. What's that girl's name? What's the woman? You meet some woman.
There's a lot of girls. What's girl?
The woman that was in the when after he got saved. Remember, Kate gets saved after he gets stabbed or whatever.
Yes.
And then he gets saved, and then she meet then blah. Then after that, they meet all the other replicants. The one that was rejected or whatever.
The one that are in hiding.
Yes. Yeah. Remember, she said that one was hidden and the other one was sent off to the orphanage. She said that. Yes, she did. She said she sent one to the orphanage and one was in hiding. She or pretend that she was dead. Didn't make it. She literally said that in the
She
movie.
said the information was scrambled in the movie.
Yeah, it was scrambled, but she still did that. That's what she said, dude.
I don't recall
That's
that.
why I think
I don't recall that.
you don't remember that. Let me know in the comment section below if you've seen the movie.
I remember saying the information was scrambled. So it said a female survived.
Yeah.
And the male died. The information got scrambled, so a male survived, the female died. So they were looking for a guy if there's really a female. In order to confuse us, because we're thinking that Agent Officer K is his son, when really it's the girl.
I still think that's his actual son.
Nah.
I think that's his actual son. That's how I feel about that. Now, they are gonna make other movies. Apparently, they're gonna make. I think they're making 2 more. They're making a 4-part series. Now, I think in the next one, what's gonna happen is they're gonna find her, and she. Well, I don't think she's gonna lead the replicants, but I think the replicants are gonna.
I think he's going to lead the replicant. He's the chosen one to lead the replicant army.
But he's dead though.
Did he die?
He died. Well, I don't know. He may come back. He may come back, but he's dead right now. But I think all the replicants are gonna come out because now they know that they can make babies, or so-called can make babies with humans. Now that they found that out, I think they're gonna wage a war. And
the thing is, just because they found her doesn't mean they can start suddenly having babies.
Yeah.
They found her. They used her genetic code, or the reason she exists in the first place. The next generation of replicants can have babies.
Right.
But I don't think the current ones can't be altered already.
We don't know that though.
We don't know.
They don't.
But I'm saying from a genetic standpoint, in order to alter someone's genetic formula or code that much to make them they're sterile and then suddenly they have babies again, that would cause massive genetic issues.
Yeah, but if they keep making them right, they keep upgrading, they probably could do it.
Yeah, for new replicants, and they just kill the old ones, which means the next generation of replicants then will have the ability to procreate. He creates so Wallace, the leader of the corporation, will start creating replicants that can procreate, and that'll be a lot less money and a stronger workforce because they're being created, they're growing, having real memories, they won't fight back as hard. They'll be super strong.
Man, that's
what he wants. Wallace wants his replicants to be able to procreate, so he has to spend so much money creating the perfect ones because they'll already be born perfect enough.
That's a possibility.
They'll have, like I said, as they keep saying in the previous movie, 1982 version, and this one, the replicants are more human than human.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. That's what they're striving for. So once they get the ability to procreate, they'll be stronger, more versatile, more durable. They can procreate just as well as humans, probably faster. I don't know if they can make that better or not.
But yeah, they never said that thing.
Plus, once they get their ability to have their own memories and form their own emotions like that, then, like I said, they will be better than humans. They'll be human with super strength.
Super strength, but they're still human. Okay, how do you feel about...
Because they're not machines. They're organic machines. They're genetically designed. But they're not like, you tear them off, you see the wires and all that stuff. There are organic machines.
Well, you did see wires with Ryan Gosling. It was a little bit of wires.
Was there wires?
Yeah, it was in the blood. It was a little bit of wires. Now you didn't see it that much, but you could see the.
I saw him lift his shirt up a little bit. In blood.
Blood, but it was a little bit of wiring there.
Was there?
Yeah. I could be wrong. But there was like small.
I thought they were genetically engineered humans, pretty much.
Yeah, but you can still see wiring though. A little bit of it. I mean, unless they took organs from different people.
Let's in the comments look because they call them androids, they call them machines designed, but I thought it was a genetic machine. They were designed to look and act like humans, but they had organic parts. If you stab them enough, they're more durable. If you stab them enough a couple times, they'll be fine. But if you hit a heart or something, they'll still die.
But that's a big question though. Like, I wonder how they make them. Like, I wonder if they get like human shit, like human.
That's why the Blade Runners just have simple guns. Probably more powerful guns because they have lights and nothing on them. Yeah. But they're still just guns. You fire a couple times, you kill it. You hit a replicant in the chest a couple times, he's gonna die, just like a human.
That was scary. Oh well, okay, I have another question for you. How do you feel in the movie when Jay Leto's character Wallace, the creator, tells him? I don't know if this is true, but
Jay Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Jared Leto. Wallace, the creator, the guy. He's like the.
I know.
The guy with the beard.
I did not look like him. Damn.
Well, yeah, I know that. No, you really? You didn't think so?
I didn't see it. No.
Yeah, man. As soon as he got up, matter of fact, hearing the voice, I was like, nah.
The voice was a little there, but when I saw him in the thing, I didn't know who that was. He looked a little like I don't know. He believed himself like the modern day Jesus or something. Yeah. The way he set up his eyes, the little things floating around him. It's like, my son, I'm here to save you. I'm going to bring the new creation to life and all that stuff. And the way he talks and looks up all because he's blind. He has machine implants. He can put things inside of his like neck, helps him to see and feel the world around him. But because he has a bunch of different implants he can put into his like little slot in his neck.
Yeah, but
He's blind. He himself is blind, or maybe he has like super eyes on him because his eyes are like all white, or they're like cameras almost. They're like glow blue kind of.
yeah, but how do you feel of him telling Decker that this was all a setup for him and Rachel just to see that? I think that's. How do you feel about that? That's one question I want to know. How do you feel about that? Because I know for me, I was in shock. I was really in shock by that. I was like, whoa! So that whole time.
That's kind of far-reaching.
Yeah.
I don't know because how does he have proof of that?
No, but then he said that this was a setup for you to fall in love with
He did say
him?
that, but at the same point, he's trying to get him to confess. So he's trying to anything he can do to hurt him. So if he makes him believe that it was all fake in the first place, maybe he's more willing to give up, or maybe you're willing to.
You know what? I did. Oh yeah, because he did. Because he did recreate Rachel. He did recreate
not imperfectly.
Not imperfecly, because her eyes were green. He was like, "Yeah, her eyes green, by the way."
And the way they brutally killed her when she failed, that sucks. I'd be in a again. The thing was after Ryan Gosling's the character Officer K found Deckard, who was a massive investigation. He looked into him. He eventually found him. They were tracked, and he was left behind where he found the other replicants, what he was talking about earlier. And Deckard was taken prisoner by Wallace, who's played by Jared Leto. He's in control of the Wallace Corporation, which is the parent company, or the company that actually took over the Tyrell Corporation, which created replicants in the first place. I don't think he has any idea what actually happened, because during the year 2022, whatever it was, there was a war and a giant blackout. The rebel replicants took over, and they shut down everything. They fried every single hard drive on the world.
Which was that in the first part of the movie?
No, it was not.
I didn't think so.
This one ended.
Okay, yeah.
The first movie ended in 2019. 2 years from now.
Yeah, because I was like, when they said that, I was like, was there a blackout? I just don't remember.
Yeah. The blackout happened because of the insurgents and all that stuff, but it wiped out every hard drive. So every single electronic storage system was damaged. And then the Wallace Corporation came in afterwards. During the several years later, there was a massive dust bowl going on, war, famine. It was everywhere. It was bad. They came over, developed synthetic farming, which they grow things and they make their own fruits and vegetables or versions of those to survive and feed people. And replicants are the ones who are going off world and building stuff. But they have no way of knowing what Tyrell Corporation was doing because they have no records anymore, unless it was written down. Which in that day and age, almost nothing's written down. Yeah. So they have no way of knowing if that whole Rachel scenario was fake unless the Tyrell Corporation had books of it. Right. Which they might have. That could be the case. But my theory is that he had no idea. That was just a way of trying to get him to hurt him. Because he kept impressing that I have ways to hurt you. You will own pain unimaginable. I will get you to tell me what I want to know. Because he was trying to find out. Wallace was trying to torture Deckard to find out where his kid was. Yeah. Even though Deckard had no idea. He was left out of the loop on purpose in case this happened.
Yeah. Which was pretty smart. So pretty much on time.
This is a far-reaching plan.
Well, I don't know. It could be possible. All right, last question. Gaff. The guy, remember Gaff? Remember in the first one, he looked real young. I knew he looked familiar. Gaff, his part, he was like the second detective. He's the guy that made the old
Gaff
origami.
Is played by Edward James Olmos.
Yeah, and I was very
in both movies.
Yes.
Yeah, both movies.
He was in both. He was young, but then you saw him old and wrinkled. I was like, dang. I knew he looked
35 years. In Robert Time, it was 35 years. 1982, and suddenly 2017, that's 35 years.
Do you think that he had a part in this? Do you think he knew what was going on? Do you think...
I think, if anything, he was a part of the replicant side.
Right.
Because he's probably the one that helped him escape and helped him alter the memories and all that stuff and get stuff done. Yeah, he was the inside man on the force that had to get stuff done because replicants in that time weren't able to do anything.
Yeah, because in the movie he actually saw Rachel sleeping and he could have killed her.
He could have.
But then he decided to leave her alone. Like,
it didn't say that.
They didn't say that.
It was implied because Deckard went back to Rachel, could pick her up, he couldn't find her, he got nervous, found her, and then on the walkway as they're leaving the apartment, he found an origami deer?
Yeah,
or something? Or was it a unicorn?
It was a
unicorn. It was an origami unicorn. Or was it it was either a unicorn then or was it a unicorn now? I think that was a bear or something.
I don't know. I gotta... We'll put a picture up.
What's your question then?
The question is, pretty much, I just want to know, do you think he had anything to do with like Rachel's thing? To me, personally, I think he kind of knew, but he was more he was more side of the butt because he's more side of life. Like he cared about people. Like he was like, you know what, you two deserve.
He was a Blade Runner, as well. But I think it was Blade Runner. He was partners with Deckard. But they liked running solo. They did their own thing.
Right.
So they are partners on paper, so they could do their own thing. separately because they don't like working together. They don't like working with anyone else either.
Yeah.
But they're on paper they're partners, so they wouldn't be paired up with anyone else. So they did their own thing, but I think he was looking out for him because he didn't kill Rachel in the first movie.
Right.
In the second movie, he was giving the other Officer K some information about not necessarily where to find him, but
Yeah.
about what happened overall, when how things are down with the replicants, and why he was not forced out, but what happened with his child overall.
Yeah.
Because he was the only remaining clue. I'm surprised he was still alive. Actually, he was in an old retirement home,
Yeah.
and he was still doing origami. I could have sworn, was it a unicorn he put on the table then, or was it a
I gotta
unicorn on the
check-
bridge back in the old days?
We have to check it out on the thing. I can't really remember exactly.
I can't remember.
I
My memory's
can't
been
remember.
altered.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, overall, man, this movie was phenomenal. I really can't wait for them to do.
You said they're doing more
part
parts.
3 or
According to
4,
you
yeah.
said anyway. You looked into it. You said they're doing more parts.
Yeah, they're doing way more parts into it, and I'm just super excited about this movie, man. I'm in shock that I liked it. I didn't think I was gonna like it. You know, it was cool to see in the new version all the old characters again. It was really cool, like seeing Gaff. You know, Gaff was super young in that first movie. I was
God,
like,
they're both
I
really young.
I knew he looked familiar, but I'd never seen him that young before.
They were both really young.
Super. I mean, he had to
think-
be 25, 24.
Old, or young rather, but older for us, like way
Yeah.
back in the past. Young Harrison Ford had almost no inflection in his
Yeah.
voice. He was very monotone the way he talks, which might have been the point because it was a neo-noir film. You know, the detective feel.
Yeah.
And the detectives, they're
Which
speaking,
was-
you hear their mind or thoughts.
Yeah, which was boring.
She was smoking a cigarette. I didn't believe her.
I know
Stuff
exactly.
like that.
She smelled like flowers and roses. Her breath smelled like Listerine. Like that's how it was the whole movie. I was just like, dude, okay, dude, we don't need it.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
That test.
Yeah,
When they're testing the baseline, make sure they're still on point and weren't
yeah.
like fluctuating at all.
yeah,
Like all replicants are given the baseline test to make sure they are still all there. They're not stressing out. They're not worrying about stuff. They're just obeying the orders and doing their job. No
Right.
emotions and all that stuff. When they start developing emotions is when they start malfunctioning and doing
Yeah.
stuff. Baseline test makes sure they're still on point. How do you think that works?
I
That's
never-
the part that confused me the most of this
Yeah,
movie. They're
'cause-
saying words, then other words. He repeats some words he doesn't repeat.
maybe
I'm like,
maybe it's the way they say it.
maybe.
I think it's the way they say it. They look at like, are you stressing? Are you? Maybe sometimes because remember she was looking at the way he was moving
Yeah,
around.
his
and
heartbeat,
shit.
his brain
Yeah.
chemistry was fluctuating and all that stuff. So.
They look at stuff like that. So maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
And I was confused about that too. I'm like, is there a certain answer that you have to do? But he was saying the same thing. He was saying,
I did have a theory that maybe this is nothing involving any type of story, but I'm saying I want to know
Yeah.
how this works. Maybe that was what they set up in the first place. When he first started on, that was a test they were given. He had to memorize and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And so each time, if he was still on point and nothing stressing out, and he was like clear in head, he'd be able to do it perfectly fine, and no fluctuations.
Yeah.
But because he had a lot on his mind, he was dealing with a child, the fear that he might have been the child, and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
that changed everything.
That changed up. He's stressing about that, so he's delayed on his answers a little bit sometimes, or forgetting his answers totally. And so you can see his emotional responses fluctuating, his brain chemistry, his heartbeat, and all that stuff fluctuating. What's up?
I got one more theory.
What's up?
One more question.
What's up?
The girl, the prostitute. Do you think she was controlling the ANI girl, his ANI
AI?
girlfriend?
AI?
Yeah, AI girlfriend.
All right, let's see. Joy.
Yeah. Do you think she had something to do? Because there was a weird scene where the AI apparently calls her to have because he's in love with the AI. He wants to feel love, so he has his AI girl.
He's in love with an
kinda
AI
like
called Joy. She's
Joy,
apparently
yeah.
she's a popular product of the Wallace Corporation, which is bad enough alone because we were investigating trying to be the enemy of the Wallace Corporation, carrying around a little device from them.
Yeah,
But she's a AI system meant to be an at-home thing.
yeah.
So somebody greets you when you come home, make you dinner, make you feel special at home.
Yeah, but it was just, but like, of course, she acted like she acted real because
Well,
she
she's an
actually
AI. She's her
calls-
own person, kind of.
Yeah, but that was the crazy part. It was like I was surprised she called her to come, and then they fused, but they didn't really fuse. They kind of fused together, but it was weird. It looked like
Joy wanted to be with the Officer K, like
right.
biblically.
Like well, pretty much have sex. They wanted to have sex.
That's what biblically means, you dick.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I'm just saying, people who don't understand what it is, it's sex.
and demonetization. All right, so she didn't have a physical body, obviously.
Right.
There were things she could do, like when she was walking out in the rain in her whole holographic form. The rain it would feel that there was rain passing through her, so it would
Right.
simulate that she was getting wet slowly.
Right.
It would take a couple seconds to register and update her physical form, but it would happen. but she couldn't touch anything. She like passed right through him and all that stuff as a hologram should. But she could still think and talk and act like she was there. Like she reached over to pick up a book, the hologram would mimic the book, so she picked up a hologram of the book, but the book was still sitting on the table that she was talking about, for example. So she wanted to be with him, like that, but she couldn't. So she called a prostitute, which was the woman Mariette, who's played by Mackenzie Davis, who he met first. Called her because they're roughly the same height-ish. So she was able to project her hologram over top her, or put herself on top of her, and hoping to sync up their responses as much as possible, so they could be with each other. So she could.
It wasn't working.
It was really weird the way they were doing
really
it.
Bad. Like it was just. I mean, I think it was meant to be bad because she tried so hard. They were just.
You can see both their clothes between them and all that stuff.
It was bad.
Like when she reached her hands out, her other hands were like slowly behind, kind of them catching up and all that. It was really weird the way they did it. I liked it. It was funny.
It was mad funny. Like I was just like, dude, this ain't work. Like,
but no, I do not think that Mariette was controlling Joy, because I think Joy was either controlled by Wallace Corporation. Yeah. Because I actually have a theory about that too. And during the movie, and they're on the leaving, they're going to leave their home for good, going out to the woods to look for Deckard. I think Joy said to break the antenna. Yeah. The second he broke the antenna, the transmitting signal back to Wallace and all that stuff, it was meant to hide them away so they couldn't be tracked. Right. But the second they did that, the Wallace Corporation knew they were on the run. Yeah. The second she broke it, the character Love, who's a named replicant assistant of Wallace, immediately stood up and started chasing him. She went out to the car, ordered the cops and all that stuff, hunt down her cops looking for him because she couldn't track him anymore. So she went to his police station office to look for him and all that stuff.
He pretty much was also she was pretty much also using him to find the baby also.
Everyone was looking for him to find the baby. The thing is, if he had not broken that chip, he could still be tracked. Yeah. But at the same time, no one would know who he was. Yeah. No one would know he fled. So if he left the chip intact in his office and then went away, he'd be safe for a long time. Yeah. He can find what's going on, then break the chip, and they have no idea where he's at. Right. Or something. But did Joy tell him to break the chip as a being loyal to him, but as a way to track him as well, so they know that something's happening for Wallace? Is that her protocol? Yeah. Because Joy says she loved Officer K, but that may have been her programming. Because her nickname, or her name for him, because he was a replicant, but was Joe. And that's something happened that would be normal to me. Okay, call him Joe. But then a store model of Joy, because she was a program. She was a piece of hardware or software for a program. She was meant to be a AI companion, a hologram companion for your home. The store model also called him Big Joe. Yeah. So I was like, are all the Joy programs meant to call their companions Joe? In which case, is she following the programming still?
It said Joe on the big
Joe, J-O-I is her name.
Wait, that was her name?
That's her name, J-O-I, Joy.
Oh, I thought her name was Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, right over there. We have a board over there with all the names written on. They're not. So was that her? Was she really loving him, or was that because the whole motto for that program was
something else, didn't he?
Joe. She may call him what she wants, but her name's Joy.
That's why I'm not thinking. That's why.
Maybe I don't think she actually called him. She called him Honey or whatever.
Honey,
but the thing was, what's I going with that?
Did you lost your thought?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Well, lost my train of thought. All right, anything else going on?
Hey, man, man. I just want to say, man, I appreciate you taking me to the movie. Well, you didn't take me to the movie, but you didn't take me to the movie. But appreciate you force me to go, but telling me I should go see it and.
Weird, you started to say something.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm just letting y'all know, man, y'all need to go see the movie. Y'all may need to see the first one. Definitely see the director's cut, though, because you're not going to like 1982 version. Definitely see the first.
What I've been told, the 2007 the special cut, director's cut, whatever it is. The 2007 version is supposed to be one of the best, from what I've heard. If you have any different opinions, put it in the comment section below.
And then watch the 2017 version, which is phenomenal.
If you think Robert Rubino's theories here are wrong, leave in the comment section below.
If you think Rhea Nichols is wrong, put it in the comment section below.
I do my research.
I do research too, fool.
So we'd like to thank you all for watching this episode. Definitely check us out coming soon. We have more trailer reactions, more movie reviews, and if the movie's good enough, we might have a separate video talking about our theories and our discussion. We have to get more people in here to do a roundtable discussion of this movie.
I would love to do that.
Be awesome. All right, so I'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me there, Rubino.
Yeah, man. Oh, go check out Being Ready 7. I got some top 5. I got top 5s coming and more trailer batches coming.
Definitely. All right, thank you all for watching. Talk to you later.
Man, it's your boy Being Ready 7, man.
Been Nick Seal. Bye.
Peace out.